friends, and happy Wednesday. And you know what Wednesday is on my channel. It is weigh-in and meeting topic. So let's get right to it because I have something in the oven, so I need to get this done before the timer goes off. Yeah, right. You know I can't shut up. Let's hope. So last week, you know, I didn't weigh in because of my broken toes. I broke my toes Monday night. I weigh in Tuesday mornings. I couldn't step down on my foot, so the scale would not, I tried, one-footed, I tried lightly, and the scale would not cooperate. So I had no weigh-in last week, and last week was my first full week on purple, so I was a little disappointed. But I weighed in yesterday morning, and I was down 2 pounds. So I am thrilled with that. Still not my happy place. I still need about 3 or 4 more pounds before I'm in my little comfort zone. I like that 135-ish, so we'll see, but I'm just gonna keep plugging. I'm gonna do what I'm doing, and I'm gonna trust the process. So, I'm loving purple. I just think I needed a change. I needed something fresh. I needed something different to focus on. I was becoming so complacent, and I'm really enjoying the purple plan. Honestly, back when all 3 plans came out, I triple tracked. I tracked all 3 plans every day for a couple weeks. And guess what? It all washed out in the end. I was within my points pretty much on all 3 plans every single day. So it does come out in the wash for me anyway. So, it is what it is. But I'm loving the purple plan right now. I am enjoying, and I am still so mindful of portions because I could go nuts with pasta and rice and potatoes. I could, and I know that. So this is almost like a little challenge for me too, to make sure that I am still watching my portions. I am still measuring my pasta. I am still measuring my rice. I am still measuring my potatoes. And guess what? It's plenty. It really is. And there's something knowing I don't have to count it that kind of makes it fun. I don't know. It's just me. It's mind games we play with ourselves. And that's okay because whatever makes us successful, we can play whatever games we want in our mind, right? That's how I look at it. So I'm very happy with this, and hopefully next week it'll just keep on keeping on. Let's move on to the meeting topic because they're doing this 6-week series, what happens in your body when. And we've had when you eat healthy, we've had, oh gosh, I don't even remember the other topics. This week is a topic near and dear to my heart. You all know that. What happens in your body when you're active? I preach activity. I'm not saying you have to be a marathon runner. I'm not saying you have to be any kind of runner. Nope. You just have to move. You just have to elevate your heart rate just a little bit. You do not have to get your heart up to 170 beats a minute. Heck, you don't even have to get it up to 130 beats a minute. Whatever your resting heart rate is, just get it higher than that. That's why I'm not a big proponent of like, oh, I got 10,000 steps in per day. Now, I'm not saying, for me, I'm not a big proponent of it because I can easily get 10,000 steps in just piddling around the house or, running an errand or something. But for me, at the level I'm at, that does not raise my heart rate. So I am not getting good cardiac exercise with that. So steps to me, for me, mean nothing unless they're steps I'm getting when I'm doing something that's going to raise my heart rate, whether it be running or walking or doing a Leslie Sansone or doing HIIT training or something like that. For me to see the benefits, I need to raise my heart rate. I personally think everybody should raise their heart rate for at least 10 to 15 minutes a day in some kind of workout, in some kind of cardio, because it's, especially women, it's so good for our heart health. After you check with your doctor first, of course. Always check with your doctor before starting an exercise program. Always, always, always. So that little side note. I don't know how I get off on tangents. Okay, so what happens in your body when you're active? We all know that physical activity has a ton of big picture perks. We see toned arms and reduced health risks. But did you know that exercise also has an immediate impact on how our bodies and brains function? Studies show that just a single workout can increase levels of mood-boosting neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and noradrenaline. By shifting our focus from down the road benefits, like the toned arms, like the toned belly, like the weight loss, and focusing more on the daily boosts that we're going to talk about, we're more likely to enjoy and stick with a workout. Because you know that's what it comes down to. We've talked about it 100 times. If you don't like to run, don't run. If you don't like to do jumping jacks, don't do jumping jacks. Find something you love and do it. If you like to walk, get out there and walk. Personally, I don't like to walk. It's not my thing, so I don't do it. If I don't like yoga. Everybody loves yoga. I'm the only person in the world, I think, that doesn't like yoga. So I don't do it. And that's okay. Because my friend Chris loves yoga and does it constantly. And I am happy for her because she found something she loves. So find something you love and do it. You will stick with it more. Don't force yourself to do something because somebody else is doing it or because you feel that that's what you need to do. Okay? Remember that. Super duper important number one. Number 1A. Number 1 is checking with your doctor before starting an exercise program. So, oh, and it has to be tangible. You can't say, okay, so every morning I'm going to run 5 miles. Because you probably won't. You won't. You need to find something that you're going to be able to do every day. And you need to start out, especially if you don't exercise, you need to start out smaller. I'm going to take a 10-minute walk. 10 minutes. We can all find 10 minutes in our day, right? And then build from there. Start small and add on. Make it a habit. Make it something that you can do and that you want to do. So here are their focuses on making exercise a daily boost and not necessarily a long time boost. Oh, these are just, I should have read this over first. You can see how prepared I was. I'm too busy making my breakfast. So what they had people do is write down a short-term intention for being active that makes you want to do it. These are really just, this is a really crappy, I'm just gonna stick with my own stuff. These are just like little things from members saying what they like. One says, I love boot camp, especially at 5:30 in the morning. I feel strong and know I can handle whatever comes my way that day. I will have to agree with her because I love working out first thing in the morning. It is the first thing we do when we get up, Doug and I. And I love it because I feel like for me, it sets my tone for the day. I worked hard on that run or that HIIT training or whatever it is I did that day. And I remember that when I go to reach for a bag of chips that I don't have, you know, planned into my day, or when I go to reach for that cookie that I didn't really plan the points for. And I think about that workout I did and how hard I worked, and do I kind of want to reverse those effects? Not really. So, you know what? I'll hold off on the cookie and I'll plan for it tomorrow so I don't go over my daily or weekly points. So for me, exercising first thing in the morning really does set the tone for the day. Some people can't do it, and that's okay too. Whatever works. You're going to hear me say that a million times. Whatever works for you. No right, no wrong. Someone else says, swimming laps is my favorite way to move my body and clear my head. That's great. If you have a pool or if you have access to a gym with a pool and you love to swim, I'm a social pool girl. I like to hang out on the side and chit chat with my friends. Not so much swim laps. So for me, that wouldn't work. And you know what? I'm not going to force it. This person says, my favorite workout right now is kayaking. On the lake, I find peace in the calm water and joy in watching the wildlife. My arms and my spirit grow stronger with every dip of my paddle. I got to tell you, I love kayaking. I've said before, I think that my in-laws live on a lake. And, you know, we have kayaks, we have canoes, we have rowboats. And I absolutely love going there. Now, we have not been there much this summer, honestly, between the pandemic, between our house renovations, getting the kids ready for college. We have not kayaked like we normally do, and I miss it. So, yeah, I think that's coming up in my future. This person says, recently I picked up a jump rope and I haven't stopped. I can do it anywhere, inside or outside. It's great stress reliever, and I can see my progress as my skill develops daily, and it's just fun. She's having fun. She's having fun. It's making her do it more. That's what it's all about. Someone else says, I run. The breathing is therapeutic, and the feeling of accomplishment is great when I'm done, and I agree with that. It is killing me right now. Killing me that I'm not allowed to run yet with my toes. I still have about another week, and then I can give it a try. I still have not had a shoe on that foot. You know, I'm still in my boot. I do take my boot off now during the day and give it kind of a little bit of a rest once in a while, because the boot rubs on my toe, and I'm doing pretty well. And then it gets sore and I put the boot back on, but I haven't had a real shoe on yet, so we'll see. But I miss running. Oh, I miss running. So that is what they want you to think about this week. What happens with your body when you're active, and not just the long-term goals. I know if I'm upset, or if I want to stress eat, or if I'm stressed, if I'm sad, let me tell you, a good workout really, truly, truly does lift your spirits a little bit. It does. It releases the serotonin and the dopamine, and it works. So give it a try. Give it a try, just a little bit. And like I said, whatever works for you. If a step goal works for you, go for it. Just try maybe for 10 minutes to raise your heart rate just a little bit, because that'll definitely help. If running works, if yoga works, anything. You can do anything you want as long. Dance. Put on the radio and dance. Nothing's better than that. That's great exercise. So look for exercise all around you and see what happens. So that's this week. The recipe this week is grilled chicken with summer corn and tomato salad. I make a tomato corn salad. Mine's a little bit higher in points because mine is mozzarella in it and an olive oil dressing, and it is fabulous. I have it on my website if you go look for that. I'll try to remember to link it below. We take it to every picnic we go to in the summer. Not so much this summer. And it gets nothing but rave reviews. And they just put a piece of grilled chicken with this. And on the green plan, it's 5 points, and it's 1 point on purple and blue. I'm guessing there's some nice olive oil or something in there. Yeah, olive oil. Nice healthy oil in there. So that's the recipe for this week. And that is it for my topic this week. You know it's a passion of mine. You know it's a passion of mine. So you know I enjoy talking about it. So let me know in the comments below what you like to do for movement. And you know, don't forget, if you have some sort of limitation where you can't get up and exercise like this, there are hundreds, probably thousands of YouTube videos for chair aerobics and for chair yoga and things like that, where you can sit down and you can move your arms, you can move your body, your upper body. You can, you know, maybe you can sit in a chair and march in place. Just something to keep those joints moving, keep them lubricated. You know, I always say, a body in motion stays in motion, and a body at rest stays at rest. And it's the truth. So just try to get a little bit of wiggle in your day. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, leave me a comment below. Let me know what your favorite movement is. And that's it. Have a fantastic week. I'm looking forward to week 3 on the purple plan, and can't wait to come back next week and let you know how I did. Hopefully good. Have a great week, everyone, and I will talk to you very soon.